Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Now, we look to see what the different dailies hold for us in matters news, and I will start you off with the People's Daily, where the CBC task force is set to start the public hearing today on what the public has to say about the CBC review, and it is expected to run for 2 weeks. The Presidential Working Party on Education Reforms chairperson, Raphael Munavu, has urged all regional directors of education to inform the county directors of education under the jurisdiction of the scheduled program of activity, noting that all field offices will be facilitated. And they go on to say that the teams will be distributed across the different counties, and so much more. Professor Munavu told the RDE, that is the Regional Director of Education, that they are expected to invite key stakeholders, namely governors, county commissioners, and other national government administration officers, county education board members, area MPs, and members of the county assembly. Others expected to also give their views on the representatives of primary and secondary school, head teachers, all teachers, trade unions, and parents, respectively. And the public views should be on the basic, tertiary, and university education and any other issue relevant to the education sector. It should cover areas such as appropriate structure to implement the CBC and governance of the subsector. And finally, should also cover conceptualization and implementation of key tenets guiding the competency-based approach. Moving on to something different, the former premier urges governors allied to opposition to unite and empower the people. It says, don't ditch quest for reforms. He goes on to say that he observed that some of his ardent supporters were losing hope and reassured them that hope and faith are not lost in the liberation struggle. His words are, hold your horses as we reorganize. Things aren't still that's good to be in a rush for options. And on Saturday, he said that it is said that he held strategy talks with the governors from Nyanza and Western regions and some politicians from the Mount Kenya region, probably to re-strategize. And the other leaders that are there to say, this is the Senator Oburu Oginga and also the ODM chairman. They said that what they say, Raila is still our hero, just saying that he's still in a position to continue leading there as the, the opposition leader. To some other news, the president wants all citizens above 18 years taxed. So the president wonders why there are only 7 million people with carrier PIN, yet there are over 30 million M-Pesa users. And this is to say that it is to suggest that the government would probably use digital strategy to net more taxpayers. And despite the new push to get more people to be registered for taxation, the president said that he has held talks with the taxman on how to approach the issue, saying no one will be harassed at it as it has been done before. And the aim is to ramp up revenue collection in its states to meet a 6 trillion collection target by 2027. And 2 days earlier, before this, the church service where the president spoke, there was an event to recognize the top taxpayers and the people the corporates that won this are Safaricom and KBL, who are crowned the top 2022 taxpayers, with Safaricom retaining its title as the country's best taxpayers among the large corporates for a 14th year in a row. For the 14th year in a row, the telco emerged a winner among 17 companies that were rewarded for commendable tax paying practice. And then the second best taxpayer was the Kenya Breweries Limited, followed by the Kenya Commercial Bank, among other corporates. And according to figures from the tax month, Safaricom remitted 124 billion Kenyan shillings in duties, taxes, and licenses fees in the year that led to March 31st, 2022, a growth from 98 billion in duties and taxes. That is a story on my And finally, on Matters Health, call for early breast cancer testing as center unveiled. The center has been unveiled at the Kenyatta University Teaching, Referral and Research Hospital, giving an opportunity for treatment. The center will provide a one-stop shop for screening, diagnosis and treatment of the disease. This comes after a fight against breast cancer, and this is a major boost to that. And oncologists say that there's a concern with late diagnosis and stigma continue to hamper against gains made in the fight against the disease that is most commonly diagnosed in Kenya. So that is at least an improvement there. So more stories here, but first let us hear what the other days have for us.